Hey guys, welcome to the review show. My name's Austin, and Retribution stars Liam Neeson. While driving with his two kids, a man receives a phone call from an unknown man who claims there is a bomb in the car. Unable to exit the vehicle, he must now follow a series of instructions while trying to figure out how to survive. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it. Geez, 2 for 2 for the year. Basically, 4 for 4 for the decade. Oh, gosh. Alright, so the first movie you clearly think of when you hear about this movie and when people describe this movie and when you see the trailers of this movie, you think of Speed. Really, you think of that where there's a bomb on the bus, but they can't go over a certain mile per hour. Which this sort of takes that twist, but takes that idea, puts a twist on it, where Liam Neeson, who is our main guy in the film, as soon as he first sat down in the car, there was a weight plate, and he can't get up or it will set off. And there's also a phone in the car, or the guy can call it and it'll blow up. So he's kind of in this scenario where he has to do these certain things that kind of come back to bite him sort of in the butt, that don't really make any sense, that don't add up, and things that we actually never see or were set up at all. Yeah, this movie just things happen. He knows some things, and now this guy wants to kill him. Which, yeah, instantly, which this is a mysterious guy. I instantly knew from the beginning. I was like, it's him. I don't need to watch the movie. It's him. Especially when you have Liam Neeson, who's a big name actor, but who isn't really that involved anymore in the big actual movies now these days. But you have some other one who still was recently in the media a couple of years ago. I'm not going to mention who it is because don't see this movie. It's bad. But instantly, I knew who it was. I'm like, it's you. And they try to juke you out at some point in the film. I'm like, nope, I don't believe it. I don't buy it. I've seen so many movies like this that I can predict every single line, that I can predict every single scene and how it's going to go. The fucking dialogue is awful. Liam Neeson's acting is bad once again. I saw him in Marlowe that came out earlier this year. Awful movie. One of the worst movies I've seen of all year. I don't know if this is on the same level as that, but it's still pretty bad, and it's pointless to watch. It's not fun. It takes itself way too serious, and it's like, you never seen that coming now, did you? It's like, no, we did see that coming. It's like the writing is all over the place. Like you have one scene where it's like, okay, no one can get out of the car, but you know what, I'm just gonna. But later on you can. At least you're not, unless you're not Liam Neeson. Unless you're not Liam Neeson, you're fine. Unless you're in another car that will blow up, which it's weird. It doesn't make any sense. They don't say anything, and I guarantee it's like, well, they didn't have the weight plate. He lied. It's like, well, okay, sure, why not? There's also another scene at the beginning of the film where it's where to establish, hey, there's this bombing situation with cars going around, and this dude is just parked in the middle of basically the road. He's on a sidewalk that's in the middle of the road. And he's just parked there. I'm like, wait, what? And it's on all slow-mo. You can see him on the phone, and he just gets out. I guess it's telling us that, hey, he is sick of these games. He's just going to get out and see for himself if this is real. I'm guessing that, because I guess from a visual storytelling, but either way, it's fucking stupid. It's like, why is he fucking parked in the middle of the road? What kind of continuity error is that? That doesn't make any sense. At least have him off the side of the road, and also build it up. It's like, I get he's not our main character, but you can still build up that suspense to it. At least try or something. I don't know. But even you can tell that this movie doesn't fucking try when they're fucking jumping to locations with no knowledge of how they got there in the first place. Literally, Liam Neeson He walks fucking miles to get to a car. Like, so he has a car in the garage, and the camera literally leans on a car in his garage, and he's like in this big house. He sort of lives on a hillside type of deal. And literally the next cut is him suddenly in downtown getting in a car. Like, what? Why was this car in the middle of downtown? Second, why did you walk all the way to downtown? It's not like the house, there was a random big hill there, and then suddenly downtown is just around the corner. We didn't see any tall buildings or anywhere. Literally, his house was on the fucking hill, and he got this like beautiful oversight of like somewhat of an open field, kind of. It was more of like a very rich residence area, and so stuff like that just pops out right at me. And well, that one's more of a big obvious, but it's something that I have to mention. And another thing to mention is the kids. They're kind of like, at first the kids were actually being kids. I mean, like, because they're siblings. It's like, okay, yeah, I can see siblings being like that. It's like, you broke my finger, and like, and them being like a little over dramatic. And so, but then later on in the film, they just stop acting like kids. Like, they find out that there's a bomb in the car, which they kind of sort of get a little freaked out, but not as bad as two adults later on in the film that are just freaking the hell out, and one person's trying to keep another person getting out of the car. He's like, fucking stop! And the kids are like, yeah, this is kind of normal. I'm upset about it. And apparently my dad and mom are gonna get a divorce, which that made me cry for only a few seconds, because a kid cannot cry, because it's bad to see see any female cry in general. The kid, like, or any kids, just anything. It's just, it's weird. I don't know. So like, there are just so many bad writings and like noticeable like edits to the film and camera choices. Now, I'll say this: it was decently shot. That's the one positive I can say about it. It was decently shot until the last fucking second of the film, where where it involves somebody falling, and clearly, and there's a object here, like a car here, and the person falls this way, and clearly is under the car, but from a wide shot angle falls like 10 maybe a couple of feet away from the car, a little bit more farther away this way, so more this way instead of actually under the car where you should be. It's fucking dumb. It's awful. It's so bad. It's really bad. What else can I really say? I mean, there's a cop in the film as well, which they try to set up like this, because Liam Neeson's sort of like being sabotaged, framed for all these cars explosives that have been happening throughout the movie, and at some point he gets he started sort of talking to the cop, but he's like, you don't believe me, you don't believe that I am a victim or anything, and it's by the end of the film, like, not gives him a nod or anything like that. It's like, wait, what? Where's his evidence? He's still technically framed for all the murders. Like, it's not like he proved his innocence at all. They just let him go. It doesn't make any sense. It's fucking dumb. It's fucking bad. And honestly, I should just spoil the whole movie, because I don't fucking recommend you guys going out to see this. But I guarantee there's gonna be that one fucking person like, oh, I want to see the movie. I'm telling you, you're not missing out. Like, unless this is your first movie that you have ever seen, everything that in this movie is nothing new that you haven't seen. Which doesn't mean like it makes it bad. It's just how it was executed, how it was filmed, how it was acted, and how it was written was fucking awful. Everything about it, besides maybe a couple, good camera works when Liam Neeson's driving, and it's the kids acting like kids for maybe 5 minutes of the film, and setting up this huge family drama that was that had no purpose in the film, that made no sense and doesn't go anywhere. I'm gonna give Retribution an F. It was fucking, it's good job, leave me. I don't blame him. If anything, this is way better than, you know, the two movies that came out last year with him like doing some action. And Marlo, that was bad. That was fucking awful as well. But you know, it's a tiny bit better than that, I guess you could say, because he's not punching people or anything. It's more of him just driving a car. It just reminds me a lot of also that Paul Walker movie called like Vehicle 19, I think it's called of it. And so that was also pretty bad. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Like always, I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye guys.